Hey gamers, we're back. Rick here with Game Trade Media. I've got Darcy from
Monte Cook Games. Hello,
I
everybody.
actually knew that. I just wanted to hear her say it because I love listening to Darcy talk. She has one of those voices that is just like soothing. I want to play games with Darcy all the time.
I'm here to soothe you and weird you out over Numenera.
Yes. So you brought Numenera the starter set, but also the new books.
Ooh, yes, the new slipcase set, the dual Corebooks for the full game. We're going to get into this, yeah.
But this is super cool for anybody who wants to just get in, right?
Exactly, yeah. It's a game in a box, a whole game night for a role-playing game. So it comes with everything you need to play except a pencil. So, yeah, I really love it.
Coming soon, pencils by Monte
Coming
Cooking.
soon, pencils. We'll get there eventually. Yeah, so, you sit down and we've got basically everything you need to play. You know, the Cypher system... we've spun that out into a bunch of games, right? The Strange, we've spun it out into a generic system, and the core rules are pretty, straightforward and simple. And a lot of our books are about lots and lots of options, lots of inspiration, lots of cool art. And so we've broken down the core rules into, sort of a book for the GM and a book for and some player options. So you sort of got, a little bit of a setting primer here. You've got a little bit of the rules primer,
right.
And then you've got a whole adventure and a cool map to play it out in.
The map is really sweet.
Yeah, I think it's double-sided. Nope, just the one side, but yeah.
And it's the Temple of the Vortex.
Exactly. So.
And if you are watching this and you've been watching this for a while at Game Trade Media, you will recognize this because we've used this in a building character scenario where we took in, even though it does come with pre-generated characters for your game, which makes it really an easy entry into play for a game night. But we showed this off, and I really do like the system because it's the ninth world?
Ninth world, exactly, yeah.
So, ooh.
Yeah, so I love this setting too. It's Earth 1 billion years in the future, and so you have all of these remnants. A lot of the art is showing off strange floating plinths and things, right? There's this remnants of ancient technology and sort of advancement that the modern day humans, modern billion years in the future day humans, have no idea what it's for or how to use it precisely. Right. And so you get this real great sense of weird and wonder that I adore.
And it was kind of one of the things that I liked about it when we were doing the building character episode is when you find something, there is magic.
Yes.
But there's also the magic or technology of ages past.
Right.
And sometimes you'll find something and it could be like as simple as a stopwatch.
Yeah.
To something nuclear.
Absolutely.
And it's so cool.
Yes, that's a great point. The word Numenera is the people of that day's word for, all of this mysterious, maybe technology, maybe magic of the past. And so whenever I'm explaining it, I always like to think about, Numenera is a tiny golden beetle that sings in a forgotten tongue, right? It's some weird thing. Those are called oddities in Numenera. Right. And then there are ciphers, of course. And I believe this book actually, so we have cipher decks if you want to use those. There are ciphers listed. And so those are like one-use magic items. And so they're really fun. It's weird, if you pulled some parts out of a car, right, and you fuse some wires together, you could probably make a bomb or something, right? That's sort of a cipher, right? It's not using it as intended, but using it for some function.
A mini EMP.
Oh, exactly,
or something crazy like that.
Or a giant floating obelisk, all of that is Numenera.
I want one of those.
Yes, please. First pencils and then giant floating obelisks.
Next
up for Monte Cook Games.
I don't know if giant floating obelisk is an option. I think I'm taking that first. Now, the characters that come in this, we've got Tanis, who is a strong-willed jack of all trades.
Yeah, exactly.
Commands mental powers. Mm-hmm. And there's Kalain, a glaive. What is a glaive?
Yeah, a glaive. So a glaive is a term for sort of a little dagger, sort of a mid-size between a dagger and a sword. So yeah, there are different types in Numenera, and so this type, the glaive, is someone who's really physically oriented, so they have great mastery over their sort of maybe dexterity or their strength. And so I always like to think of glaives as, they might be like a big beefy warrior with a big weird glowing metal sword, or they might be like a lithe dancer, sort of a delicate assassin, right? They can use their bodies in different ways, but they're people who are really, or maybe even an explorer, right? So they're very, very strong, capable, physically people. A jack of all trades, again, is someone who dabbles. Is someone with more dexterity than me, but someone who dabbles, maybe is a little sneaky, maybe a little flexible, right?
So one of the other things that's really cool about this particular role-playing game is when you create your character, you have your name
Yes.
is an intelligent nano who leads.
Right.
So that is your character descriptive right there in,
Yeah.
in a free form. But a nano is your techies, right?
Oh yeah, the people who are using this technology or this magic, they have, they're hooked up into the nanites that exist floating around. They can make, fire appear and things move about and strange people to be charmed, all that good stuff.
It's all so cool.
Yeah, and I think it's a really good point that the character sentence, I'm a blank blank who blanks, it gives you all the mechanics of your character, and it lets you stay in the narrative.
Right,
I think that's a
absolutely.
lot of what Cypher System really sings in.
And I was going to say that along the whole Cypher System
Yeah.
concept, that's how you do your character.
Yes, exactly.
Like Gods of the Fall. You have, there's
Yeah.
same. In The Strange, the same.
Mhm.
In that one box set that we did, the same.
Mysterious giant box,
The
yes.
giant box of awesome. If you guys haven't seen that, you need to go
Yes.
back and check out that video where Darcy did a building character episode with us, and it was so much fun. Monte Cook Games has so much good stuff. Is Monty here this weekend? So that we can just go give a shout out?
Unfortunately not here this weekend. We'll get him out here sometime.
Yeah, maybe. He's busy.
He is busy.
But you have actually a really creative team.
Yeah, we're really lucky.
So you got Monty Cook, you've
Yeah.
got Bruce Cordell,
Yes.
you've got you.
Yeah, we've got
You've-
Sean Reynolds.
And
Yeah.
Shanna.
Yes, Shauna Germain,
Yeah.
who's writing some of our novelizations as well. So we've got some really cool novels for the Ninth World, which makes me very happy.
And there's some great miniatures available out there. I've
Miniatures, a video game, and even the Ninth World board game is really wild. It comes in a giant giant obelisk, and you unfold it. It's very
Makes sense.
beautiful. Yep.
Let's take a look at the really pretty books you brought
Yeah, so we've got this game night in a box. We've got experience cards. We've got lots of little GM intrusions, which is how the GM sort of plays with the narrative on the fly. We've got the dice, everything but the pencils, right?
Right.
But if you decide you want to have a whole campaign, if you want to build your own characters and go from there, we just came out with a new, the core rulebook has been out for several years now.
Right.
And so we just came out with a dual Corebook set. So it comes in this really, really nice slipcase. It has a little medallion of the Order of Truth, some magicians in that world. It pops out and pops back in, super cool. It costs the same as the two Corebooks individually, so it's definitely worth getting the slipcase set if you can find it. So what we can find in here is some cool, helpful handouts and bookmarks and stuff. Very, very nice. But the way the two core books have been sort of split up now is we have Numenera Discovery, right? So it's a billion years in the future. You're humans wandering around these amazing artifacts of the past, and you're discovering strange and wonderful things, and that's great. And Numenera is still very much about that.
Right.
But Numenera Destiny is really asking the question. So you found these amazing artifacts of the past. You've discovered technologies. You've wielded very, very strange magics. What do you do with it? How do you make this ninth world, right? If we've had 8 great civilizations creating strange things before, how do you make the ninth world the best it can be and really seize that and make life better for people in this strange world? And so Destiny is really has all of these cool new character options, mechanics for managing communities and building up communities, helping a whole city defend itself against some strange, horrific storm that's, transmuting everything.
Nice.
And also like crafting and salvaging. So there's a lot for players who really crave that. I want to be able to build something. I want to take something apart and know what I have. That crafting system and everything is really elegant, but it's all in here.
That's super cool.
Yeah, and there's like 3 more adventures. So there's 6 full adventures in these 2 books. So there's just a lot going on, a lot of art.
I mentioned it before we went live. The artwork
Yeah.
that you guys get for this stuff is, all of your products is ridiculously good.
Yeah.
The slipcase cover, this artwork, you have the one gentleman on this book, this older guy with the robotic eye.
Yeah.
He's amazing looking, and then this one, it's just everything.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to this character. Just
Yeah.
looking at it, and then this guy down here, this could be Explorer or a Glaive.
Yeah,
Who
for
knows?
sure.
So much good stuff.
Yeah, and in Destiny, there's 3 new types. So you have an Arcus, which is someone who is really good about leading a community and sort of sweeping people up with their words.
Okay.
Tends to, has some abilities like functionally take me to your leader, right? Like you, even though you may not speak my language, you recognize me as important, and I can sort of get in socially.
Oh, nice.
There's a right, which is the tinkerer, the person who's grabbing bits and bobs and smashing them into new strange devices. And then there's the delve, which is really fun. It's the spelunker. It's someone. It's Rey from Star Wars, like zipping down that cord as she's exploring the AT-AT, right?
Right.
It's going into strange places, not dying there, and getting out with the goods.
Well,
So
I like the what you say about Destiny is that in Discovery we know we're in the ninth world.
Yes.
We know we exist, but Destiny is giving us paths to follow to create a better world for our generation.
It gets me real warm and fuzzy
Yeah.
every time I talk about it. So
It's super cool. It's like I like it. I want to play this again, and so we have to get Darcy to come on and play a game with us sometime.
yes, please.
Yes, it'll be a lot of
With
fun.
the new options.
Yes. Darcy, thank you so much for joining us. If
Thank you
anybody
so
wants
much.
to find more about Monte Cook Games, where can they
Yeah, go to montecookgames.com.
Okay.
You'll find lots of cool articles of us geeking out about neat things and all the information about our products. There's also Numenera.com in case you just want to get some big splashy artwork to
Right.
go love on.
Now, there's other things you guys do. I just want to pitch
Oh,
this
yeah.
or put this out to the universe. There is you guys also live stream some of your own
Yes,
games
yes.
with the creative crew.
Yeah, it's
So
really
is
fun.
that- where do they find that?
Yeah, you'll want to go to twitch.tv/MonteCookGames,
Okay.
or they're also archived on our YouTube, youtube.com/MonteCookGames. It's all easy.
And they're fun to watch. They dress up. They get into
yeah.
it. It
Shauna
is
Germain does a great outfits, and Bruce Cordell has.
Cordell
Oh man, they just
with his like rose-colored glasses.
Rose glasses.
Yeah, I was like, man, this guy.
definitely watch The Invisible Sun.
Yeah.
The Raven Wants What You Have. Actual play for just really fun times with the creative team.
Yeah, it's so cool. You guys
Yeah.
are really doing a great job.
Oh man, I'm
And
so excited.
Let everybody know we love you guys over there. We look forward to having you at our table.
We love
anytime.
seeing all your
And we
streams.
want to get
Yeah.
everybody at our table. All the
Oh,
Monte Cook
excellent.
guys.
We'll
and
get
gals.
them out here. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely, always. Go to your local game store.
Yes.
I'm Rick, and I'll see you at the game store.